This is episode number 60. 60.
60.
60 of the Posters in Every Direction podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Mike.
America.
And welcome. Welcome to this space. We're trying a little bit of a new format, some video.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
We're troubleshooting as we go, everybody. So we'll take feedback if you like this. I've always said I feel like I have a face made for radio, so I don't know if video is going to help. But some of this is a visual medium. This episode is entitled Chasers.
Yeah.
Which I just came up with not but a few minutes ago. But I think the idea here, number one, is to update y'all on where we've been, the summer tours so far, some of the poster pickups and merch pickups that Erica and I have participated in or been able to acquire, and kind of wanted to just share with y'all impressions and excitement around it. Because, I mean, for me, it had been a minute since I got really excited about a merch pickup with the Dave Matthews Band. We've talked a lot about our love of the band Goose as well, and some recent trips, concerts with Goose, and a recent concert with Pearl Jam and their merch experience. And so for Dave, for DMB, it had been a minute since I got really excited about some DMB merch.
Well, and we had a pretty crazy June. I feel like every show we went to was pretty much just in the month of June. And
Yep.
I kind of wish it was a little more spread out, but, it's been fun.
It has.
And I think our last episode, we recapped our Western / back East home tour with Goose, where we saw 4 shows in a matter of like 2 weeks.
Yeah, Vegas, 2 nights in Denver, and Wilmington.
Yeah. And then, Mike and I got a little bit of a wild hair. I think I talked about this on the last episode about, how it didn't feel like summer without a Dave Matthews Band concert. And so in between that last episode and now, we went to Charleston for the weekend to go see the Dave Matthews Band at the Credit One Arena, I guess.
Credit One
It's not
Pavilion. It's on the shirt.
Yeah.
Credit One Stadium. It's a stadium.
It's a stadium.
Yeah.
Which is a new type of venue. I've never seen a concert in any kind of stadium before.
Yeah, so this is my first Dave show in South Carolina.
Same.
First any show in a tennis stadium.
Same.
I had seen people talk about Credit One and that it was a cool spot and there's not a bad seat in the house. And I think I agree with them generally on that. We'll talk about that. I can also kind of equate it to, I think it's Forest Hills in New York.
Mm-hmm.
We saw, like from afar, we watched on Nugs. Shout out to Nugs.
Nugs.
We watched Goose play there last summer, and that was a pretty cool show. That looked like a similar kind of venue that probably not a bad seat in the house.
No, I mean, honestly, I was really impressed. We had to learn. Night one, we decided to we luckily got tickets. Night one at this stadium. I mean, I don't really think there's a bad seat in the house. Night one, we were on the sunset side. So until the sunset, it was in your eyeballs.
In Charleston, South Carolina,
in June. It was hot.
I felt like a big potato. I was getting cooked on those aluminum sort of
and they're not
stands.
Seats. They're just like they're
bleachers.
Yeah.
At least up at that level in the 300s.
They were. Yeah. We were in the 300s, which still not a bad, I saw the stage.
Yeah.
Got a bit of the light show.
We were basically on the Buddy side, Buddy Strong,
side,
on night one.
Yeah, kind of mid.
And then on Jeff and Sean's side, night two.
Night two, as far as where we were sitting, night two was awesome because we were way up 300, basically looking down right on the side of the stage. And that was really awesome. That was a great view. And it wasn't on the sunset side. The sun had already set. From that perspective,
it was much cooler.
It was in the shade.
I mean,
it was lovely.
Relative.
And we sat by some friends.
Incredible sunset view, by the way.
Oh, so beautiful.
When you're up that high in Credit One Stadium, the way that you can kind of see out over Charleston and the sun
I think it's
setting
right on kind of the Intercoast. It's on Daniels Island.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's on the kind of the intercoastal waterways
Yep.
in Charleston, not oceanside, intercoastal side.
We found a great Mediterranean spot to have dinner both nights. That was
Right. It was
incredible.
so good. It was right across the street, and we went there once, we ate
Yep.
there twice.
Yeah, it was great. So loved the overall experience.
Yeah.
Charleston, the city, exploring it, having some brunch with friends, checking out the downtown area, the kind of
King Street.
historic King Street.
It's beautiful.
Pretty incredible. A little warm. I would have preferred cooler temperatures, maybe the fall or something like that in Charleston. But I want to get. I'm like just salivating to get to the merch discussion, the
Yeah.
merch.
Well,
discussion.
and it's funny because, we had just been on this big tour with Goose, and we were like, hey, we we gotta think about what we want. We don't know. We knew that there was the new Aaron Von Freder tour T-shirt, which Mike has claimed the greatest Dave Matthews Band T-shirt of all time.
Of all time in history. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to show you the back too. This is
it's
part of the
epic.
visual medium, y'all. I just was like, how do I describe T-shirts? And it's just harder
Now
than
we can.
posters. And now we can share with you some video content. But I think it's this logo. This is what blows me away that Aaron did. If that's coming up clear.
For those who aren't on watching a video, or this hopefully will be up soon on a visual medium. But this Dave Matthews Band logo from Aaron Von Freder we talked about this on the episode that Mike, I can't even remember, it was like 2 back. I want to say Merch Game Check-In, I think, is the episode that we talked about this.
That's right.
This is like the most nostalgic, but also fresh. It has a Star Wars, a Pink Floyd sort of feel to it. It's got Fire Dancer front and center, Dave Matthews Band, and this like bold, very kind of like 70s maybe style typology. It's just so freaking awesome. The colors of it, and of course, Mike's favorite T-shirt company of all time,
Comfort Colors.
Comfort Colors.
This is what I'm talking about, y'all. See this little tag in here?
It says,
just to get visual with you.
It's a nice
Comfort Colors.
It's a nice soft tag. It's not tagless.
It's the weight. It's the quality.
Yeah.
It's the fact that these hold up wash after wash. It does not become, for me, it does not become ill-fitted.
No.
After we wash and even dry. And I mean, I'm a 2X, guys. That's what I wear. And so Erica will tell you I get very picky about my T-shirts being washed and dried, and I have to be careful when I wash them to either lay them out flat or hang them so they don't shrink, become ill-fitted. With Comfort Colors, I can just, by and large, throw them in the wash, throw them in the dryer, and they still fit. And it's this quality that holds up and seems to get better over time.
It's so good. And you had gotten that T-shirt from the online store.
This was the online Dave Matthews Band warehouse.
He could not wait. We knew we were going to be going to Charleston. He could not wait.
Pre-ordered
he had to pre-order it. Got the T-shirt. He's been wearing it all summer long, couch touring and around the house. But at Charleston, when we went, now what was interesting, there was no outdoor, or they're all outdoor they're all outdoor merch, but there's no outside the venue merch.
Yeah, you have to kind of check in.
You had to check in,
get your
go
tickets
in through
scanned.
They had 3 different merch tents. And when I say, I mean, we've been to a lot of shows. There was a lot of people.
Slammed. Absolutely slammed.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the posters, because posters in every direction. But
obviously,
the podcast is posters. It's merch. It's that whole scene at the merch table.
Yeah.
And the community around it, the friends we've made, the sort of space between music and art that we talk about. And a big part of the art, especially I think for me in recent years, particularly going to Goose shows, has been really the T-shirt.
Yeah.
And the differentiator, and I've called this out on the podcast before. I think in our last episode I talked about this, when we rated sort of best, sort of merch bands and what they were doing and with their merch game. One of the things we said about the Dave Matthews Band was we need to see them step it up. We wanted to see them bring the merch game up to what we felt like they are capable of. Seeing bands like Pearl Jam and the Grateful Dead and even Billy Strings, this sort of potpourri of T-shirts that they put out there, the merch buffet, if you will, not just the same standard sort of T-shirt every night, but for Goose, for instance, they do a nightly T-shirt, right? And Dave, in the Dave Matthews Band in special events in the past has done these sort of weekend shirts. If you go to the West Palm Beach show for 2
Yep.
nights, there might be a West Palm Beach shirt.
Madison Square Garden,
Madison Square Garden,
Noblesville.
the Gorge.
Yeah.
And in my experience, those T-shirts historically have been printed on a lesser quality T-shirt. I don't even know the brand. I'm not here to throw shade at brands. And we're not yet, hopefully, maybe someday, we're not yet sponsored by Comfort Colors. So just being clear with y'all, it's a personal preference. It's a personal sort of opinion.
Spent our own doll hairs.
The first place I got introduced to Comfort Colors or that quality of T-shirt was when we would go, to visit little beach towns around North Carolina. And so if you've done this, whether it's North Carolina or South Carolina or Georgia or Florida, you've probably wandered into like a little beach shop where they have, suntan lotion and flip flops, and I forgot my sunglasses, grab a pair of shades.
Yeah.
But they also typically have the beach town T-shirt that you might pick up as your sort of souvenir. And it's that sort of same quality of T-shirt. It's that heavier. It feels like it was almost like washed in salt water. Like the more you wear it, the more sort of vintagey feel it becomes.
It's like your favorite T-shirt that you've had forever, except it's brand new.
Right. And one of those towns that you might see that in would be like, a Hilton Head, South Carolina, or a Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah.
So, like, to my surprise, right? Maybe not totally surprised. There's a 2-night stand in Charleston. They have a 2-night sort of welcome to the weekend T-shirt.
Event tee.
An event tee.
Yeah.
To commemorate the 2 nights. You get kind of close enough to the merch stand, not yet in line, just trying to check it out and see. And this is what I see. It's a powder blue.
It is a powder blue. It's the Big Eyed Fish Company.
Big Eyed Fish Company. This is, to me, so reminiscent of the type of design, a little nod to a coastal town, a beach town, the type of T-shirt you would see. And it's done on a powder blue Comfort Colors T-shirt.
And now, full disclosure, we kind of scoured the internet to try to figure out who the artist was who designed this, and I can't find it. So if for some reason you know who the artist was, please, shout us out, make a comment.
Community jump in. Yeah, let us know. And I just have to say, for me, I feel like the band is listening. Like the merch team, the management team is listening. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Number one, putting it on a higher quality T-shirt. Maybe it costs a few dollars more, and I think this was pretty reasonable. It was in the sort of $45 price range.
T-shirt, yeah.
Reasonable, in my opinion, for a concert T-shirt. Now, they also had a brand that was upwards of $75, I think, available there.
$85 T-shirt. I don't know which it was. It was one of those collab brand ones.
And we've talked about that before on the podcast, right? Like these are a little bit more aggressive shots, but it's giving another price point for another shopper. I'm totally cool with that. But to have this available night one in sort of a nod to that coastal town beach shop that you would go and visit.
Yeah.
On the higher quality Comfort Colors T-shirt, just absolutely spectacular, 10 out of 10. And so this sort of the chaser, if you will, for me, really was that feeling. It was this shirt, and it was like sparked that thing inside of me that was like, I've got to have it. Like launched me fully into I am on a merch mission.
Well, and we were lucky enough. We had some friends who had snagged a poster for us already. So
right here. Mike's merch mission, guys. The merch mission.
The merch mission.
Full sort of tip of the spear, like I need to have this T-shirt.
Well, there are times, and I would say that it happens more frequently than not, especially for Goose. Because Goose, we talked about this in the past, Goose does venue-specific T-shirts.
For each one, every show.
And not just a special like 2-night run or anything like that. So, Mike's been working on his collection.
Yeah, it's now a collection.
It is a collection now.
But shout out to the Dave Matthews Band for taking that step in the right direction, I think, for, maybe they're not going to do this for every show, but for a couple night stand to create something like this that is quality, that's going to last you for years. That has a unique design here, the DMB Big Eyed Fish Company.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Cool. Did we look and see if there is a fire dancer anywhere on this particular T-shirt?
I've not been able to see one, but there is a pretty cool, like, pelican, with the fish in the mouth. It's the boat. It's got the dates and it says Credit One Stadium,
Yeah.
Charleston, South Carolina. It's got a really unique, cool Dave Matthews Band script lettering
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
very cool, and it's unique. It's different than anything you have in your Dave collection.
Yep,
I think that the last two T-shirt snags that you've gotten have just been
it's just stepping the game up.
next level.
And that moment, that's kind of what I want to share with you all, the fans, because I know, again, thank you for listening and tuning into the podcast, liking and sharing and subscribing. But if y'all are like me, which I think, to a degree, you're like us, right? Like you collect this stuff, you
Yeah.
go after this stuff. That was like a moment that I hadn't had for a long time at a Dave Matthews show, which was like, I'm getting in this line. I don't care how long it is. And I'm standing,
It
I'm
was not
waiting.
terribly long.
There were a lot of people.
There were a lot of people,
like
though.
8 lines wide, and it was just like
one of 3 merch booth
correct.
tents out there.
Now I will tell you too, they sold out of this
Night one.
I think night one. There
Yeah.
might have been a couple hanger outers night two, but I talked to a couple people. I think I wore this to brunch the next day and then around the town and saw people like, I tried to get that last night. I couldn't get it. And so again, I think the band is, listening, their merch team, their management team, to the fans here. And I hope they're seeing those sell-through rates, because I think this is the type of quality that is in demand and that fans really want. And so I had that flash of like, I felt like I was on a mission. This is a merch mission. I haven't been on a merch mission for DMB. It's been a minute.
Yeah. Well, we get it with posters, right?
Posters, different story.
Different
right?
story, but for the poster adjacent items,
right? I think
know.
of the Danny Steinman Fire Dancer pins. When those dropped, I was like, man, I love those. Got to have those. Certain posters, absolutely. We'll talk about a few coming up here.
Yep.
You might see some in the background, maybe one right here that we kind of went after pretty hard. And luckily had a friend at a show down in the ATL area that hooked us up, at show above with the Miles saying diver and the foil, and waited in all kinds of crazy lines to get that. But I think those posters tie to artists that we're fans of, and so those are a lot of moments that we have, whether we're there at the show or whether we're watching from afar. Then how do you get that poster? But to see a merch item at a show that passionate about it had been a while for me. It started again with the Aaron Von Frenner Roxwell design that again is on that Comfort Colors, and then
a Dave shirt in a while. I think the last one I got was West Palm Beach last year, and that was that Flaherty collab one.
That's right.
And I think that like punched me in the face when I was like, $75 for a T-shirt. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
When you get up to the booth and you're trying to get your posters and your T-shirts, and you kind of black out.
Well, you've stood in line now too. You're pot committed, right? You're like, all right, just give it to me here. Take my money.
Care how much it costs. So that was the last Dave T-shirt that I acquired.
Yeah.
And so Mike's waiting in line. He's like, do you? I was like, I want a Roxwell T-shirt.
Yeah.
Then we also got a bag that had the Roxwell logo on it as well, the tote bag.
I should have brought that out too for the cameras and the visual media. But we'll maybe show that in a future episode. But it basically takes this logo that's on the front of the Roxwell
on a nice canvas tote.
Put it on a canvas tote, makes it nice to walk around with your merch in the venue.
Yeah.
So that was our experience at the merch table. Yep. Great stuff.
A couple of unique posters. I mean, we are posters in every direction, so we want to.
Yeah, I want to touch on that. If I have to say, if the band is listening, if the merch team's listening, first of all, just thank you. Kudos. Great job. Always be improving. I love that about y'all. And I think this is really going to serve the interests of the band, the management, the merch team, and the fan community well to keep up with high quality garments like this, because number one, obviously it drives the sales that you guys want at the merch table, but number two, it lets the fans know, hey, I'm investing in a piece that's going to be part of my concert T-shirt collection and wardrobe, for years to come, and I don't have to worry about shrinking up and being ill-fitting. And the more faded it gets, the more comfortable it gets, and it's just
the more you want to
wear
it, and it's win.
With that, if I have one sort of ask, as I'm not to keep asking of things of the merch team and management, but could y'all get maybe hats for some of us that have giant heads, because the hats are tiny. I bought a hat at the merch table.
It's my hat now.
It is now Erica's hat.
It's my hat. It's actually a really awesome. Actually, that's the second hat that you've gotten for yourself that now is my hat.
That's right. And I recognize that I'm a special individual with a large noggin, but Yeah, DMB would love some. Maybe maybe you collab with Melon, which is a hat brand like I've got on here. Just throwing that out there. That'd be incredible. Dave Matthews X Melon. As long as you're collaborating with people, try it
Right.
out. Get yourself a cool design patch. Put them on there and
It's a good idea.
sell them for $100 at the merch booth. Maybe
Ooh.
some of us who are insane will buy one. But love you guys. Thank you for all you do and for listening to the fans and wanting some of those higher quality
Yeah.
merch T-shirts. Super excited to see where it goes from here. What I'd throw in here, last point on T-shirts, we were not at either Noblesville or SPAC or Pine Knob was recently, right? Any of these other sort of couple night stands. If you were at any of these, did they have a
I wonder
weekend shirt, a commemorative shirt for those couple of nights? Did you get one, and was it on Comfort Colors? Is this something we're going to, hopefully, fingers crossed, continue to see more of? If I had to bet, I would bet you will see something like this at the Gorge come
sure.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
But again, curious if it happens. Keep your eyes peeled. Let us know.
Yeah, I guess the next couple night runs, do they do 2 nights at Guilford?
That's coming up. That's right.
Guilford will be the next kind of big run. They just did a couple nights at SPAC. And so, yeah, pretty
So
cool
if you're
stuff.
keeping an eye on the posters, keeping an eye on the merch, think of a merch mission that we're talking about here.
What is your merch mission?
What is your merch mission? This really drove me into full tip of the spear mission mode. I have to get this shirt. So I was, they did have a lot of them. I want to say that they printed a lot.
Yeah.
So they sold through them in night one, but I don't think it was like necessarily an intentional shortage. It was just like maybe they didn't know it would be that popular, but
they should know.
They're taking notes, I guess. Hopefully,
they should know.
You want to talk some posters?
Yeah,
here on the Posters in Every Direction podcast.
Yeah, and I think it was interesting. You've got two night stands, so obviously 2 different posters, 2 different artists. I think if I look at the 2 of them, if I had to pick one out of the 2, night one for me was the win. Just because I love a good poster that ties to the venue. And this one was done by Status Serigraph. You can find him on Status on Instagram under at Status Serigraph. This was really cool, and I remember seeing it come out online. And if you've been to Charleston before, or you're familiar with Charleston, there is a heavy influence of like ghost hunting and spirits and like haunted places because it is old.
Yeah, super old
Charleston's
city.
An old city.
Old buildings, a lot of history there.
Yep.
And that ghost hunting, ghost chasing tour thing is a whole vibe.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it's a destination for a lot of people who really love that kind of ghost hunters and old sort of historical stories and things of that nature. But Status Serigraph took really a mix of lyrics from the Dave shows. This is kind of coming from his Instagram and local culture. Dave talks a lot about singing about spirits or ghosts or life after death. And he said this kind of seemed like a really perfect theme for him when asked to be created a night one for their Charleston. It's really a city that's rich with ghost culture and history. Yeah. And so actually what this image is this is a church spire, steeple, tower.
Yeah, and it's of an actual church in town.
It's the St. Michael's Church. We actually we drove by it. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Wait, that's from the poster.
There it is.
And really,
where's the fire dancer?
The image from the poster is on here. The fire dancer is on.
Right. No, I know on the poster, but
on the top of the spiral. But what's really cool is he's got these like ghost.
They look like Scooby-Doo swirly ghosts to me. If you remember the old like.
It's not like super scary, but it's really cool because it's like I can. Yeah,
it's a cool. It's a cool Halloween image. It's like
it is
spooky enough to be family friendly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it has like the colors in here. It's like bright pink and yellow and kind of a bluish green. It's at night. The moon is out.
And we should add, we have a copy of this on the way.
Yep.
From a good friend of ours. Yep. Shout out to Jill, who had an extra from her warehouse premium package. So she was nice enough to offer that to us. So we left the ones at the show for people who needed them.
Yep.
That's going to be ours. That's on its way. So we can give you a shot of it once we get it in hand. But Erica can probably share some pictures or whatnot
Yeah,
on
we'll
the
share some
socials.
pictures on socials.
It's a cool piece. The foil was an absolute banger.
It
I
was
mean,
very cool.
like anything, I love shiny paper.
Yes.
But when you have that kind of movement from the foil in something that's got little whirly swirly ghosts, I think it just added something to it
Yep.
at a different level.
Yeah.
So pretty excited to add that one to the collection.
Yeah, and I think, night one, I know we don't talk a lot about set lists and sort of the songs that come up, and we leave that to our friends over at the pod that Jane
Yep.
likes and the guys over at Gray Street podcast and Space Between podcasts. They focus a lot more on the show and the song list, set list, things of that nature. However, we did want to share
In the spirit of chasers, right? Like the title of the episode. So
Yep.
chasing t-shirts of equality, chasing posters.
Chasing songs.
So this was show 64 and 65 for me.
Yeah.
And you're in the 50-ish.
52, 53.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what, right? Yeah.
So, a lot of shows between the two of us. And it's been a long time since, hearing a song that you've been sort of chasing.
Yeah.
And there we were, night one, and Dave breaks out Blackjack.
Yeah, I think there was a collective, excuse my language, holy shit moment.
Yeah.
For the entire stadium.
Yeah, and I think it was a feeling that I felt like Darth Vader in Episode 4 when he's like, "I feel a presence I've not sensed since," and it was kind of like this moment of, I forgot what this feels like with the Dave Matthews Band. I mean, I love all of their music, and I could listen to Gray Street every show, Warehouse every show, Two Step every show. I don't need to hear Madman's Eyes ever again. That's my own personal preference. I heard it so many times in such a short period of touring that I'm like, just need it to be on a break. Bring back Mercy. I'd love to hear Mercy again, like that kind of thing. But I'm at the point, y'all, where the songs I'm chasing were like Blackjack, 34, Let You Down, like things that are never going to happen. And here we are, the only two shows we can make it to this summer just based on scheduling.
Yeah.
And we caught Blackjack. So to have that moment at that time 64th show was pretty awesome. Like really a moment of thank you, Dave. Thank you, DMB, for still sprinkling those things in for fans. It creates a moment. It really creates a memory, like a core memory. So
it does.
It was a chaser for sure.
It was fantastic. I mean, it was Blackjack. You got Blackjack. Well, we both did. That was played number 41. My favorite 41. Dave song. We got to hear Peace on Earth full band version.
Better than I expected. Yeah. I'm not going to know. I mean, I found in some friend chats or whatnot, the first couple of times of Peace on Earth, did not get it. Full band, first time out, did not get it. Live, better than I expected.
Yeah.
And what I will say positively about it is, it's great to see the whole band creating something new.
Something that's brand new.
And so, excited to see where they go with all of that creativity.
Yeah.
Is Peace on Earth my favorite song? No, I'm not going to lie. I would rather see them, for instance, release Drive Me Away. Or
you're going to just keep pushing that over and over again.
The Batson sessions. But look, I love the creativity and seeing the band just jam on something new.
It was a great show.
Timmy Reynolds' part on Peace on Earth, holy, I mean, just that guy shreds.
He does.
Timmy
every
shreds.
Time, consistently. So yeah, I mean, overall, it was lots of fun. I love a good 2-night stand because that it guarantees you a lot of music.
A lot of music. And night 2 was incredible too.
Night 2 was incredible.
Yeah, Seek Up night 2. Yeah. I mean, it was a weekend to remember for sure. Saw friends, ran into friends both at the hotel and at the venue that we weren't expecting to see. That's always fun. And I think that's what it's about. For people who are like, why do you go to so many shows or whatever it might be? There's a whole community around this, y'all. And if you're listening, part of it's like a summer reunion. It's catching up with your friends, your fam, and seeing people that you didn't count on and meeting new people and making new friends.
And to be honest, as much as I love music and the energy and the experience that we have when we're listening to our favorite band, being able to see our friends that we don't get to see on the regular, we don't live near them, whether it's, we're bumping into them unintentionally or really intentionally trying to make time for one another. It was so wonderful. So excited to see. I mean, we saw so many people. It was so wonderful.
Yeah.
Night one was great. The second day we got to go out to brunch with a bunch of our friends, some new friends, some old friends from friends that we live nearby and friends that we don't live nearby. That was lovely. Went to, ironically, a place called Miller's All Day,
Right.
which
Yeah.
I think is hilarious. If you're a Dave Matthews fan, obviously you know the name Miller's from Charlottesville, where Dave got the start and met Roy and Carter and brought Fonz in, and so I mean,
Yep.
really just it's historic if you are a historian of the Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah.
So that was lots of fun. Night two, another unique artist print. This is by Benny Rollman. We've seen Benny do a couple pieces for the Dave Matthews Band. Seen his work for Billy Strings.
And this was another one that, like, the regular is beautiful, it's colorful, it's vibrant.
It is.
But the foil was an absolute, I think, just took it to the next level.
Yeah, and the last print that we had seen Benny Rollman do was actually for Dave's tour in Europe. He did one of the nights in Germany, in Cologne.
Yeah.
It was like a really cool, like, sort of like not quite a samurai guy, but anyways, this was an interesting print.
Maybe a samurai?
Maybe
Are you referring? Is that a segue to samurai?
Not 100%,
Okay.
but almost.
Okay. I'm ready to talk. I mean, whenever I'm ready to talk about
talking about
the samurai.
The Benny Rollman. It's really cool. It's kind of like a stag, and you had really neat concentric like stars and moons and stuff like that. Mike is like, okay. So if you were listening to our last episode, we'll just go ahead and segue it because Mike really, really wants to talk about Samurai Cop poster from. This was from.
Haters
Hollywood.
Gonna hate, but I don't care because I love this poster. I do. I mean,
Hollywood Casino, and I think this I think is. Are you okay over there?
I am. I'm trying to zoom in on the camera. You guys can tell I'm not.
Well, and remember, not everybody's going to be.
I'm looking for.
Everyone's going to be online versus listening to it.
This is the spot I'm trying to go to right here.
Yeah.
So I want to get it close because there's the little
St. Louis, Missouri.
The little hidden fire dancer, y'all.
Yeah. So this came out. This was back on June 15th, I guess it was, the show. This was the week of the St. Louis week where everybody was like Goose 2 nights. Billy Strings played a night and Dave played a night. We had a bunch of friends who did the 4-show run in St. Louis. And this was the June 14th print, I believe. Yeah, for the 14th show. And, this poster got a lot of heat online. Got a lot of heat. And Mike loved it from the jump. When the artist, F40 Studios and Van Orton Designs dropped this as an artist print, I believe we were recording a podcast, and Mike bought it.
Yes,
live on our podcast.
I'm sorry, I bought it.
Yes, maybe we should make that into a T-shirt. I'm sorry, I bought it.
Mike, with just a samurai playing accordion. Sorry, I bought this. I bought this accordion, Erica. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. We talk a lot about art is obviously in the eye of the beholder. It is a lot about how you interpret it.
I'm apparently a rare bird, y'all. I like this
special.
Piece.
You're very special.
But no, I mean, I think I get it. There's people that they like what they like, they don't like what they don't like, and that's cool. That's all part of it. I just am sort of a believer in like be kind always, no matter. Right?
That's right.
I love that. And
this print actually has some really cool, really, really cool Easter eggs about it. And the other piece about it is we were able to get a foil, and a foil in the artist variant colorway. I personally think I liked it better than the show editions version, which
yeah, I would have been okay.
A different colorway.
I would have been okay with either, but I really did like this colorway. I thought it was just unique, and it's one of those that we don't really have anything in the collection that looks quite like this. So it felt like a really great ad. The accordion is not an instrument of the Dave Matthews Band.
Honest, how freaking cool would it be?
But you have
someone to come out and guest with them who's like, I mean, does Weird Al got to come out there?
Yeah, I think you have to look at it and say, but they used the sort of, I'm not sure of the technical term, but I'll call it the airbag of the accordion. Basically, the fanned out section, this sort of has sort of a Japanese fan influence to it in the art piece with a samurai.
Well, and
And
you know what? Buddy plays the keys. So,
Buddy plays the
you've got the
keys.
keys as part of the band's everyday makeup.
A little fire dancer, a samurai
Little
that
samurai.
looks like it could almost be like if Dave Matthews dressed up like a samurai, you could almost see Dave looking somewhat like that. I
It's a
don't
little
know.
John Wicky for me.
He is a little John Wick, but
Yeah.
I like the piece. We got it. We're excited about that
Right.
one.
This is an artist print. We got number 22. I think I was either at a 60 or 65.
Support
it's
the
a pretty
artists
short
when you
one.
can.
And we absolutely, every single day, we want to support the artist when we can. You can see we've got the Owen Murphy one drop from Alpharetta. We have a really good friends who we met through. Actually, we met on the rail in Wilmington, North Carolina. Our friends Rebecca and Mark. And
This was one you saw, and you were like,
I saw
have
it,
to
and
have
I
it.
texted Rebecca immediately, and I said, "Hey, you want to be a poster buddy for us?" And she's like, "Of course."
Thank you,
And
Rebecca.
So thank you, Rebecca and Mark, for snagging this one for us. This print went on a nationwide USPS tour, coming from Alpharetta, and it ended up in Denver, and then it was in Chicago, and then it went somewhere else, and then it ended up in North Carolina. So, always, we're huge fans of Owen Murphy's work. Okay, here's the thing. We were talking about Status Aerograph for Charleston, tying it, venue specific. This is Atlanta, Georgia, the Georgia peaches, a peach tree, a dreaming tree, perhaps, done in the beautiful ethereal Owen Murphy style. Just one of my favorite. I'm not gonna speak for you, but one of our favorite artists.
I mean, we have enough pieces around the house. I think it's pretty clear Owen Murphy is a household favorite.
He's a household favorite between Dave prints and Goose prints that we have of his. We're huge fans.
And every single one, he just knocks it out of the park, and it's always something different. I was looking at the SPAC piece that he did for Goose last summer, and the Dave from Ireland, and this one,
Merryweather.
And it was like, and they're all just different. They all have these clearly a style, right? A hand drawn sort of like meticulousness to Owen's work in this sort of bordering that he does.
It's very ergonomic. It's very earthly.
But each one feels like this kind of like, he takes you in this this sort of enchanted land of Owen Murphy that he creates. And love the lettering choice here for the Dave Matthews Band. The sort of subtle placement of the fire dancer at the bottom. As Erica said, the little girl eating peaches right off the tree down in Georgia. Just a really cool.
Up the hill, fetch a pail of water. I don't know. Anyways,
But yeah, great piece. That was another chaser, if you will, and we got lucky. Some friends helped us out again. Thank you.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun being able to pick up prints and things that we are the type of collectors. We collect things not necessarily always for the shows that we're at.
There's 3 pieces coming soon that are from shows we were not at.
That's right.
Oh, should we talk about those quickly?
Oops, I accidentally bought a poster.
Shout out to our friends Jay and Jerica, able to hook us up from the shows up in Deer Creek. As you can see up above, we've talked about being in our podcasting area before, here at home in our room of sang. And so lo and behold, Deer Creek night 2, it dropped early. They showed night 2 was going to be a Miles sang.
Yeah.
And so we were able, through our friends, thank you again, Jay and Jerica, to be able to hook us up with a Miles sang foil from night 2. So that is on the way. And Todd Slater did a weekend print with the sort of buffalo and this crazy dreaming tree looking thing at the top. That looked awesome. And I was like, man, that looks cool. Sure, pick me up one of those. And Jay and Jerica did. Again, shout out and thank you guys both so much. Again, Jay and Jerica are really good friends of ours that we made through poster lining down in Mexico. So just to show you again, like when we talk about relationships that come from this hobby and the community, it's from our own personal, very positive experience. But yeah, the Slater from the weekend from Deer Creek also on the way. And I was like, sure, we'll take it. I like it. And I love all of Todd Slater's work. But as I was talking to Erica about it, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it. I like it.
But what I really
But
want,
what I really want, what I
what you
love,
want, what you
what
really
you
want.
could have blown me over with a feather when I saw it, was the Todd Slater piece that he did for the Weekend Stand in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I grew up, young kid, I've talked about before, in Pittsburgh, sports fans, Steelers, Penguins, Pirates. We had no NBA team, but I grew up in the era of Michael Jordan, and I was a Michael Jordan fan. And who wasn't, unless you were a New York Knicks fan, and then you weren't just because he beat you all the time. That's why. Um, but Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls, that was the thing from when I was a kid. And the Chicago weekend print that
Mm-hmm.
Todd Slater did is this amazing Slater bull, and it's incredible. And I saw it, and I was like, "That's an insta buy. Like, I need to find a way to get that. How am I going to get this? I don't know. Maybe start talking, trading, whatever. Watch for the artist AP drop,
Yep.
right? Like a hawk." And sure enough, Todd dropped some on his site a couple of days ago, and was able to snag the foil variant of the artist proof of the Chicago Bull. I'll call it the Bull from Chicago for the
Bull.
Dave weekend shows there.
Yeah.
And it's just an incredible piece, and I can't wait to get that.
Really cool Easter eggs for not only the Dave Matthews Band, but also Chicago, the city.
Yeah.
And there's like numbers in there that tie to different things in Chicago and different players. And so we'll do a deep dive for sure on, we have so many pieces to do a deep dive with. And you know, the last pickup that we got, you know, you guys can't see it, it's behind me. Courtney Choberlin from the Planted Pen. She's one of our favorite up and coming new artists. I'm going to give that to Mike. She did the print for the Goose Show. I believe this is in Indianapolis, right?
Yeah.
Indy. And so what's cool, we talk about, you know, artist drops and things of that nature. We were able to get this one direct from the Goose online web variant. This one was really cool. It's on a robin's egg blue paper.
13 out of 85.
Yeah, very, very cool. We're going to do a deep dive, hopefully with Courtney, and get that coordinated. That's going to be really exciting to have her come back on the podcast. We had Courtney on.
I'm going to bring this in close. I wanted everybody to be able to see that sort of robin's egg colored paper.
It does. You know, I'm curious to see how it translates through, you know, the cameras. But, you know, another thing, you know, Mike and I, when we see a piece by an artist that we love, sometimes we just gotta, sorry, I bought another poster. Oops, I bought a poster.
Right.
So, you know, we've picked up a bunch recently. We have a few more. We also have, you may have seen my Jurassic Park Instagram story of the most gigantic poster tube that we've ever seen.
What's in the tube?
We are going to reveal what's in the tube. Spoiler alert, it's another Todd Slater.
It's a Todd Slater.
And it is like combining two of Mike's most favorite things in the entire universe. It's Todd Slater and it's Star Wars.
It's Star Wars Episode 4. It's Todd Slater's take on that. It's the foil variant from his drop with Bottleneck Galleries.
Yeah, we got it for your Father's Day gift.
Father's Day gift, thank you. And now we're on a quest to find a frame to find we'll house that thing. I think we have our eyes peeled on the same one we have for the Shenanigans Nightclub. James Flames did for Goose.
Yep.
But we got to get that and then, you know, get it flattened and get it framed up because it's a huge piece. And it was one of those things, y'all, like, do I want to start going down this path? Because Slater is inevitably going to do episode 5 and 6, and then I'm sure 1, 2, and 3, and then 7, 8, and 9, and maybe Mandalorian. And this could really spiral out of control very quickly. And so,
only have so much wall space.
Yeah, and they're huge. I mean,
they don't fit.
Now, we don't have a theater room. If you have a home with a theater room in it or something like that, I could see it being a really good. I think I bumped the microphone. Sorry. Still getting used to the microphone setup and the cameras, guys. But anyway, yeah, the Todd Slater piece that he did for Star Wars, it was just too good to pass up. And maybe we can get Todd on the podcast to talk about it. That would be really fun, I think, if everybody's interested in a deep dive into the process around that one, and the maybe just a couple of Star Wars fanboys geeking out for a while.
Yeah.
Todd also did, I will mention, if you haven't looked at Todd Slater's webpage for a minute, he did some background discussion about his recent the 2-night the Buffalo and the 2-night Chicago Bulls, and he was talking about some concepts that he was working on for the Dave Matthews Band as these sort of portraits
Yeah.
that look incredible. I think the concept is amazing, and I think they're trying to find the right time to fit that in. So check out Todd's webpage if you want to see that story. But I saw the fans already starting to buzz around it.
Sure.
Shout out to our buddy Dal who was cute in on it. He was like, I would buy 100 of these or something like that. I was like, yeah, I
One of
would
each,
too.
please.
It looks pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And I think it will be interesting to see where that project goes if it moves forward. But some really stellar stuff coming from
Yeah.
great poster artists right now. Miles Sang, Todd Slater. Another one to shout out is household favorite, Ben Kwok. He's
Mhm.
done one for the Dave Matthews Band that is sort of the summer tour poster. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
elephant that is coming in multiple colors.
And people are going crazy because this is the first time we've ever seen this, is on a fire dancer rainbow foil paper.
Yeah, so the foil
Tiny little
actually
fire dancers.
has these little tiny fire dancers in the
Really
foil
cool.
as you kind of move it, and it's
Very,
pretty
very
neat.
cool. Yeah.
And there was first it was like a greenish colorway.
Then there was a red
Then
one.
there was a red one that appeared, I think, in Alabama,
Yeah.
and people went crazy because of the Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
And then
now
it
it's
popped
red
up somewhere
again.
else. It's red again. So there's at
Okay.
least 2 color variants.
Yeah.
Will there be a third, a blue perhaps,
Who
or
knows?
something?
There's probably gonna be something different, I would guess, for the
Yeah.
gorge and maybe going out west to California.
Could be.
So that would be kind of cool to see. But if you were lucky enough to snag those, I know that they've been popping up here and there. People have been really excited about a good, a really good fun tour poster that, again, has a unique foil variant that I haven't seen before.
Also on the agenda on the docket is probably to talk about some of the Goose posters that showed up at Madison Square Garden during their sold out show this summer. This little indie band from Connecticut that we started talking about a while ago, y'all. And maybe you knew who Goose was, maybe you didn't. Maybe you've jumped on the train, maybe you haven't, but it's never too late. Goose up and coming no more. They are top of the pile now, up there, I think, with the likes of DMB and Fish and Dead and Co. I mean, people that are selling out Madison Square Garden, they did it. They sold out MSG.
So proud of
One night
So
stand.
awesome.
Got to start somewhere, but man, was that a killer show. Incredible energy, incredible set.
So excited to be able to watch that live on Nugs.
Fans and friends who were there reported in it was as good as it looked.
Yep.
The merch game was on point. I wanted to give a couple shout outs here. Number one, they released a few different posters.
Yeah.
One of them is a crazy is it
Killer Acid? It is a circle. It's a 24 by 24 circular.
I think
print.
I have one of those on the way. I got in on the web store drop. I got +1. I added it to the cart. I haven't seen anything else about it, if it's shipping or not. They might cancel my order. We'll see.
Right.
But I don't know what I'll do with it if I get it because it's giant. And there is a frame online you can get for it, but it's also very expensive. To be determined. But the cool thing I thought was there were these multiple options for posters.
Yep.
The other thing, as we talk about with Goose, they do the nightly shirts, right?
Yeah.
And this was cool. Do you want to talk about
the
sellout and the reorder?
What's really cool about Goose, obviously, is the nightly venue shirts. Mike has been collecting them, whether we're either at a show or friends at the show. He just loves to get them. And
you pick up a few here.
I pick up a few here and there, But what we've seen recently, there is an artist going by Dead and Good Company. They have been doing a lot of the Goose venue specific t-shirts, and they're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And this was a venue specific t-shirt, had kind of like a subway vibe, the New York subway.
Yep. Black t-shirt, sort of like map of the city's subway kind of thing.
Subway systems. It's very cool. It's a Goose and MSG and had the dates on it. Anyways, that apparently was only sold, from what we heard, at not the inside merch booth, but there's at MSG, there's sort of like an outside merch booth that's sort of like, you don't have to have your ticket to get in. You can go get your prints and a couple things. There's going to be more things inside. But from what we heard was that sold out there, and people went inside to, get their regular merch and couldn't find the nightly venue t-shirts there. And there was a little bit of a hubbub of like, we wish we could have gotten them. We didn't realize they were only available here. And what did Goose and the management do?
So it was a couple days after MSG, within a week.
Yeah.
Got a notification that they're dropping these things on their website. Go to the website, check it out.
There were actually 2 of the shirts that were the nightlies. One was done by Pups in Trouble, Brian Blomroth, and then The one with Dead and Good.
Dead and Good Company. And so what they did was basically
They did
a made-to-order pre-order. It was like, you can order whichever shirts you want
Yep.
in your size, no rush. Get them in your cart,
Yep.
check out leisurely, come back tomorrow if you want. As long as you place them by, it was like the following
Yeah.
Tuesday at noon or
They gave
whatever.
a wide berth of time.
They basically did a second run of the shirts to fulfill the demand. And
It's really cool.
It was like, hey, we know this is a big deal, not just for the band, not just for Goose,
Well,
right?
and for the people
Peter
who
and
attended.
Rick and Trev and Cotter and the whole crew. Big deal for them to be at MSG and sell out. Place that bands they're fans of, right?
Yeah.
Have played Fish and Dead and Dave and sold out. And now they're there and selling out.
I know.
Momentous for Goose the band and the organization. But also, they recognized that it was as big a deal for the fans and that the people showed up and the people sold the place out.
Yeah.
And for the people to not be able to get the t-shirt they wanted, kind of a bummer, man. So what did they do? Running a second printing of these shirts.
Yeah.
Now, shout out to me, the Captain Obvious moment. Well, they're going to make more money. Sure, they're going to make more money, and I get that there's the economics of it.
Yeah, but it's.
But I
fans
think
first.
it's sure there's the money piece, but it's also above and beyond.
Yeah.
It's the fans come first. Get the fans what they want. This was kind of a, I don't want to say a misfire on, I don't really know how many they made and where were they and did they not make this table or that table. Don't have that info.
Whatever
but
whatever
it was, there was enough fan feedback and demand that it was the solution to go ahead and make that pre-order available. So as somebody that had friends there that tried to get me that shirt and they struck out, I was okay with it. I was like, it's cool. I've got 42 other Goose t-shirts that I can wear, no problem.
Is that the actual count?
I don't know. I have not counted. Please don't judge me. Anybody out there. But yeah, and then when they did the pre-order, the drop, I was like, sure, yeah, let me hop in on this and order the Subway Series.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Well, it's been a lot. It's a lot of fun stuff, and I think for this particular episode, and you may have seen on the socials.
Yeah, our other venture now that's coming out.
Venture that's coming out. So first of all, thank you to all of the listeners and the supporters, our friends, the artists who have lifted us up over the last 2.5 years. And we love doing this. And this is fun. This is our project. This is Mike and I's passion. And what you may have seen was a post, and we got collaborated with from a new podcast called Best of the Tour.
Best of the Tour. So this is another podcast separate from Posters in Every Direction. Erica and I will still be here as hosts of Posters in Every Direction, bringing you all content, the fan conversation. But we've been approached and asked and have kind of, partnered up with Monk One over there at Invisible Industries to bring a voice and sort of a space for all of us, the fan community and artists and poster collectors, to kind of align with some of the objectives of Color Haiku, which is a poster show, and Invisible Industries in spotlighting and featuring artists and drops and things like that. And so check us out over there. Give us a listen, give us a follow and a subscribe, and we'll see where it goes. And as Erica said, thank you for your listenership, for the support, for the encouragement, for the friendship over the past 2.5 years. There's more to come.
More to come.
As we explore this space on Posters in Every Direction with the audio and visual medium and develop that. We'll take feedback and tips and tricks that you guys have. But
we're going to learn along the way with it all.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, I mean, we're really excited about new Best of the Tour. So if you found it on your own, you sent us a note. Yes, it's happening. It's coming very soon. Go follow them over there at Best of the Tour. And we're just excited, honored, honestly, just really humbled to be asked to be the voice over there, to be able to lift up the artists and help them with drops and events and things of that nature. Bring, a little bit of different, shorter form over there. Mike and I tend to get a little rambly and excited and geek out about things.
We still get to ramble here with y'all, and that's exciting.
And it's exciting. And so, really grateful for all of the support. And episode 60, hopefully continuing on
In the books.
in the books.
On to the next 60.
And, if you have been chasing posters, merch, song, leave us a comment. What have you been chasing? If you've gotten your chaser this year or you're still chasing it and where you're heading next, follow us, like us, subscribe. If this is the first episode you've ever heard, thank you for joining us. Go check out episodes 1 through 59, maybe.
Yeah.
If you want something to do. And we're excited to continue to chat all things poster adjacent, merch, and artist focused with y'all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.